So you have some talent,
Yes.
basically.
I never done a proper business plan or proposal before. And I took it to him and he just laughed at me.
So now you already have 4 businesses. You have the dog training, online courses, consultancy, and your PK9 product.
Yes, correct. PK9 Gear.
It's a big brand and quality recognition.
Dog collars with 24 karat gold plated hardware, Swarovski crystals.
Wow.
This is the Maybach of dog products.
So Chris is the founder for PK9 Dog Training.
Yes.
And also you have your own online e-commerce business. Chris does the dog training for myself and a lot of celebrity, including Jay Chow, and many others. So very young entrepreneur, very creative. I just want to, love to invite you to share your story. And now you expand the business into different income streams, such as e-commerce, online training, online course, a lot of other services and products. So what made you get into the dog training business and what made you start e-commerce?
Yeah, perfect. I think there's a bit more to it than that. I guess also have to, so currently right now the companies that we have is, so PK9 Training, so that's a face-to-face dog training business. We have PK9 Gear, which is our online e-commerce manufacturing business. We have PK9 Online, which is our online training platform. We also then have PK9 Consulting, which is a digital consulting business that focuses on helping pet businesses really scale their businesses and enabling them to move into a digital age. Then if you want to go back, so how did I get into it and stuff like that, I think you need to understand, so I dropped out of school at 14.
Yep.
So I didn't even finish year 10 and I did my chefing apprenticeship. So I worked as an apprentice chef, and I'm not sure if anyone's in the hospitality industry, and especially going back over 21 years ago, 22 years ago, it was a pretty hard slog. So I started my apprenticeship, I think it was on $5.60 an hour.
Yep,
so,
I still remember those days.
Yeah, not good money. And then from there, I did that for 5 years. I realized I had absolutely no education, anything like that. And I also looked at it, I didn't want to work 80 to 90 hours a week in the kitchen.
Chef is hard work.
Yeah, it's not a good lifestyle. Unfortunately, MasterChef and all these TV shows, they glamorize it. It's nothing like this. And then from there, I was lucky enough to form a relationship with someone in large business who was part of their L&D program. Who took a shining to me, and I managed to get an interview in large business in the city. Yeah. So I managed to get a job as a mobility specialist, so working in mobile solutions in large business. And so what happened was I got a dog during this stage as well, and I literally just got the bug. Yeah. So what I mean by the bug, I got a dog and I just loved training. It literally became my obsession. I couldn't wait to get home from work. I'd want to leave work early.
Do you ever have dogs before that?
Yes. So growing up as a young kid, I had dogs. So had my first Rhodesian Ridgeback when I was young. This was family dogs though. Had another German Shepherd Dina, another Ridgeback Tommy. But my parents split when I was very young. There was a lot of issues going on there. So this is when I was still living in Sydney. So I didn't have any dogs from the age of 9. I had dogs up until about 9. And then after that, nothing until I was an adult. And so I got this dog. So my heart dog, his name was Coda. He was a Ridgeback. And I got him. I said, all I wanted to do was spend time with him.
What's the major problem you have with your pet at the time?
Yeah, back then was recall, getting him to be social with other dogs. Not chasing after kangaroos and rabbits, because I lived, do you know Westerfolds Park? Yes. I live right next to there, so there's kangaroos, there's rabbits, all these things, and just general problems that most people have.
We always say interest is the best teacher, so you're so obsessed about it and you're doing all the research. And you be the trainer yourself. So
I drove around everywhere, sought as much knowledge as I could. And then what happened, I was like, shit, you know what, I really like this, I love this. And at the time, she wasn't my partner then. Michelle had the grooming salon. So I'll take my dog there for grooming and stuff. So like, you have a very natural ability to deal with dogs. Maybe you should look at doing this for work. And so then from there, you help a friend's dog and then another friend's dog and then...
And they actually pay you?
No, at this stage here, I just did it for love. Just no money.
Free program?
Yeah, free program. I say the progression with dog training was, first it started off as a hobby. And for me, you always say you have 3 stages. When it comes to a business that starts as a passion, there's 3 stages. You have the hobby, which where you like doing it, it's fun, there's no money, it's pure enjoyment. Then you have, for me, what I call the most beautiful stage, which is jobby.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard this phrase jobby before?
No.
No. So for me, a jobby is when it's a cross between a hobby
and a job.
You're
just testing it.
Yeah, but this is the beautiful stage.
Yeah.
So you're making a little bit of money on the side. So, you still got the income coming in from Telstra and you make a little bit of cash here and there and you still love it. Everything's great. But of course, what happens is you must make the decision. Does it stay as a jobby or does it move into a
what's the point that you have the courage to make the decision? Is that pipeline coming in, clients start paying you?
Sort of, yeah, I guess. So what happened from there was I was building up my business whilst I was still at Telstra. And ironically, my very good friend at the time, and I've told you about him as well, my friend that does private lending.
Yeah.
He was also in Telstra as well.
Yeah.
He came through the graduate program. And so what happened was, it was one Friday afternoon, I get all these leads coming in for dog training. I said to Tarek, I was like, if you can call this person and book them in for dog training, I'll pay you $100.
Wow.
Ironically, he didn't know anything about dogs.
Yeah.
He called up, booked the person in. I was like, that's it. You're now my commission-only salesperson.
Yep.
And so what used to happen was, so I'd go to work at Telstra during the day.
Yeah.
Same as him. At night, I would go train dogs. And at night, he was working from home doing the sales calls.
Yeah.
So he
booked the appointments for you.
Yeah, exactly. So he was calling up and closing people over the phone.
So do you see the pipeline income coming in that is actually more than your salary at the time at Telstra?
So
or like
it started
50%?
No, so when I made the leap, what it actually was, to be honest, I made an extremely big gamble on Google Ads. And what happens is, I also wish I left sooner, you know what I mean? Because you have a stable income, then all of a sudden you leave, you have no income. It pushes you. You must now work to generate business and get the sales. And so I literally put every single dollar I had into Google Ads to get leads for dog training. And within a couple of months, I was completely booked out. I was literally, I was leaving home at 7:30, 8 a.m. in the morning, getting home 10 o'clock at night. And
do you enjoy it? Because sometimes when people turn their passion into a job, they start hating it.
This is, I was saying before, you got the jobby part into a job.
Actual job.
But I think then business as well. I think you got job and then business. So initially you love it so much because especially when you're young, you have this passion. So, or I just lived and breathed dogs.
How old are you at the time?
Back then, 21, 22.
So Chris, would you ever feel regret that you haven't complete university or even high school?
No, at the end of the day, uni, high school, who really cares about it? I think unless you're going to go into a field such as medical, lawyer, something like that, where you actually need that education, it doesn't mean too much. With a dog business, so went full time, and for ages it was literally just me. Like I was out on the road hustling as hard as I could.
It sounds like more than 12 hours a day.
Yeah, crazy hours. But you must understand as well, at this stage here, the money personally was crazy good.
Okay.
Because
so it's more than your salary.
Easy.
Yeah. Is that like all the rich people paying you to train the expensive dog?
No, but see back then, it was just volume.
Yeah.
I didn't care where you lived, whatever it was. You know what I mean?
I'll just show up.
I'll just show up.
Yeah.
And I'll take the money. But back then, like I was doing very good money.
So you only started, only young, you just started. Like why people choose you? What were you special about? Like were you,
we had very good sales.
Yeah.
So
even your mates who did a phone call booking.
Yeah, we had a full sales script and everything else.
Yeah.
It was also funny because when we were still at Telstra, we went and saw do you know Jordan Belfort?
Yes.
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
So we came out with
Straight line persuasion.
Straight line persuasion, that's it. And we had all our leading questions with our yeses and stuff like that. So Thomas, would you like to be able to go to a cafe with your dog? Yes.
Yeah.
Thomas, do you want to be able to walk your dog nicely? Yes. We
get into stage 3, yes.
But yes, and then close.
Yes.
So we had a really good sales system.
And but your clients, were they happy about your service after they tried it anyway?
Yes, everyone was happy. That's what I said. So I managed to build such a big business, then via referrals and ongoing and everything else.
So on average, how many sections they will purchase at one time?
So this is where my business model was different back then. It was all one session wonders.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, that's where the industry was. So many people were marketing, you know, one session will fix everything. Later, I guess as you get a little bit older, you get a little bit wiser, you realize, you know what, this isn't really the way to do it. People need ongoing training,
repetition, program.
Yeah, the problem is obviously I can go to someone's house, have you seen with One, I can go there and straight away the dog is good with me.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean she's going to be good with you after one session.
Yes.
The owners have to learn so much as well and still change. And so what happens from here with a business is, so I'm working my ass off, but the money is very good. So you almost get a little bit addicted to the money.
Yes.
Because every single dollar that came in, this was mine.
Yeah.
I didn't have many overheads or staff or everything else. But you then come to the stage and realize that right now I'm essentially an employee.
Yeah, you're selling on time.
Something ever happened to me,
you lost the business.
I lost a bit, I can't work, and all these types of things. So you then have to look at, all right, well, I need to now start looking at it as an actual business. How do we then start to structure this, putting on staff, and then all the group classes and those things. Well, I grew to a stage where we were the largest in Melbourne. So at our peak, we had 18 trainers.
Yes.
We would see private sessions, over 50 private sessions a week. On our group classes on a Sunday, we would have over 200 dogs there. We had about 6 different locations running for puppy school. It was crazy.
So PK9 Training used to be the largest dog training in Melbourne.
Correct.
And then you mentioned that you hate the staff issue, you hate managing the people, and then you discover the online business beauty.
Yeah, look, I think the problem is, and I'm not sure how many other people have this in business as well. I'm sure it's common.
It's very common.
I speak to a lot of business owners.
Yeah.
I try to be nice to my staff and give them lots.
Yeah.
Because for me, I never liked having a capped income.
Yeah.
And I always like freedom. I don't like someone telling me every single second what I should do.
Yeah.
But I find sometimes with staff, if you give them too much freedom, too much opportunity, they take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And I find there's a really fine line between trying to manage staff, you know what I mean, so they can succeed, but also not giving them too much where they almost become disrespectful.
Yes. They probably have a mindset of entitlement, like they should have get it, you know.
Exactly.
They're entitled for this.
Let's say if we go up to pre-COVID, so let's say 2019, so business was booming, everything was...
So COVID actually impacted the business where people can't go out for 3 years?
So we had a little bit of a thing. So we were booming and it was actually perfect timing. So during this stage, so very start of January 2020, I had a complete mental health breakdown.
Because lockdown of the business?
No. This was just before COVID happened. I had a mental health breakdown.
Is that too busy or stressful?
So I wish I knew. I just ended up in a psych unit, all these types of things. So pretty tough time.
Or you had a girlfriend that break down?
No.
Just no reason?
I don't know how.
But when do you realize that, I lost the motivation, I probably need to see someone?
It was a little bit more than that, man. This was crazy. So I guess if you want to go into the full details about it.
It's very, very brave of you actually sharing this.
Yeah. But I think it's good to know, I guess, the turning points and how I started to then look at things differently. So, December 2019, I was out and I thought I was going to die.
That's just before COVID?
Yeah, just before COVID. What happened was I thought I was having a heart attack. So I got raced into emergency department at the Austin. They bring in the crash carts. I'm all strapped up because my heart rate was, I think it was about 180 beats per minute. My blood pressure was over 200. So they got everything ready thinking I'm about to have a heart attack. And they're like, what have you taken? I'm like, I don't take any drugs. Like I haven't touched anything, you know what I mean? And they gave me something to calm me down and everything was sorted. And they were like, we don't know what happened. It could have been a panic attack. It could have been this. And this kept on happening through December. We have to do something about this. This is affecting me. And I had to fill out what's called a K10 form. Do you know what a K10 form is?
No.
So a K10 form is what they do for people Like let's say they want to do like a psych evaluation and check your mental health.
Yeah, so start assessing your mental status.
Yeah, do you ever feel depressed? Do you ever feel sad or anxious? Do you ever feel worthless? And I remember being asked these questions at the time, and I was insulted. So I'm like, no, I'm fucking amazing. I never feel sad. I'm happy. I'm good.
I'm running the biggest business,
I just want
top training business.
My heart keeps on racing. I just wanted to fix my problem, and I'm happy. And then what happened was, it was New Year's Day, January 2020. You also got to remember as well, I'm born on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So it was my birthday the night before, the 31st. I ended up in the hospital again.
Wow.
But this time, I got diagnosed with a heart condition. So they
no one in the family got it?
No.
Okay.
No, so they turn around, it's a little bit more, this is a long story. So they turn around and say, Chris, you have a heart condition. Atrial tachycardia. You're going to have to live with this for the rest of your life.
Wow.
They had me in the monitoring. They put me on a whole bunch of medication.
Yeah.
And everything else. And I got released from hospital. I still remember not feeling good. I was like very woozy. They put me on a lot of beta blockers, a lot of.
So what happened to your business at the time? Were you ever worried about business?
No, so I was lucky then. So I still had like a business partner and staff. So people running things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I was going a little bit crazy, everything, I guess, to a customer level still looked
good.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked fine. And then, long story short, what happened from here, because all this medication and stuff like that, I ended up with severe insomnia.
Yeah.
So I didn't sleep properly for about 3 months.
Wow.
Like I was lucky if I got 1 hour sleep a night. Like I went crazy. So during this time, you try seeing psychologists, doctors, getting help, everything else. And then, so it was March 13, 2020.
And then when you recover and then you change your business model, or what's the magic happened there?
No.
God is sending some message. This guy worked too hard.
No, a little bit more to it than that, man. So it was, March 13, 2020. I had an attempt on my own life. So I tried to kill myself.
Wow.
And that's how
Just once? Or multiple times?
No, just once. Once was enough. I took a whole bunch of sleeping pills, a bottle of scotch. All these.
Did you end up in hospital, or?
That's how I ended up in the psych unit. And so I hit rock bottom at this point, because I couldn't sleep for months. And in my head, if I can't sleep, I can't work. I have no value. I'm useless. I'm just a burden to everyone around me. And so I was actually very lucky with COVID coming in, because it was funny. I went into hospital before COVID, just before it was big in Australia.
Yeah.
And I still remember walking out of a psych unit thinking I was in a different place, because all of a sudden you had people with all the hazmat suits.
Yeah.
So remember when we had COVID just hit?
Yeah.
And I was just,
and the hospitals are occupied.
So I've been locked up in a psych unit, and I've now gone outside for my first time. And I'm just like, what's COVID? What's all this?
It's real.
Yeah, but what was good for me though in terms of recovery was, the beautiful thing with COVID was everything stopped. So all of a sudden I didn't have to go to work.
Yeah, but it's your own business. Like people they get locked down at home.
We went into lockdown, so business stopped.
You don't pay other people's salary, but then you don't get paid. The orders doesn't come in.
We had subcontractors and everything. But look, then you had the government money coming in a little bit later. That's a whole nother story. We're still paying for that government money today.
But would that make you worry that I'm not well now, but what's next for my business? We don't know when the lockdown will finish.
No, because at that stage, you have to understand, I was that fucked up that this wasn't even
this is like a relief.
Yeah, this was a blessing in disguise for me. And I then realized during this time, during my recovery from this, what's actually important to me and stuff like that. And I could then sit there and look, because you have to understand, previously I was working, I was never home at night. I didn't even know what dinner at home looks like, because...
Wow. Were you single all the time, or were you...
No, I still had my partner, but we weren't living together at this stage.
Yeah.
We moved in together August 2020, a little bit later. And so what was good with COVID or lockdown, it actually gave me a chance to reflect on what's actually important in life, what I want to be doing, how I want to be spending my time and stuff like that. So instead of working all these hours, during COVID, obviously we couldn't physically do anything.
Yep.
That's when I managed to launch PK9 Online.
So actually, were you thinking, will you believe that you got recover after you attempt suicide and then you came out from the hospital? Do you think that from that moment you already recovered?
No, God, no.
Yeah.
Shit, this
so,
was...
And then amazing that you still start a new business. So
Yeah, this was a year or 2 years.
Yeah.
And I have to thank my best friend, Phil, that I'm still alive. So
he keep talking to you, come to your house? Or?
But what happened was he had a Pilates studio. He's got one. So do you know Jackson Court in Doncaster?
Yes.
Yes, he has 6'2" Pilates there, and they just opened up in Surrey Hills as well.
Yeah.
But of course, as well, they're like, shit, what do we do for money? And so he started doing live streaming Pilates classes.
Online, yeah, that was popular.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Even everything online, gym online, yoga online.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
And so I was so lucky he already had this set up. And so I then started doing online dog training webinars.
Wow.
And I was like, holy shit. Like, I had people worldwide tuning in to watch a seminar on dog training.
If we have a pet at home, I think that will make us feel relief, some connection.
And for me, because you have to understand, I didn't have much going on for me, but that was that little win I needed to give me that
confidence to get out.
That spark, to fight again, to come back up again. Because at this stage, I literally lost everything. I
lost motivation, purpose in life.
Business, money, everything. I still had the business, but I was essentially bankrupt. Just I didn't declare bankruptcy, but I didn't have...
But you don't have much debts, you don't have an office.
No.
It's all online.
Yeah.
So there's not much overhead. Yeah.
So you still got car repayments, rent, all this type of stuff. Life still goes on. So I managed to do this online webinar.
Yeah.
And that was my introduction to the online world. I'm like, well, I can actually make money. And it gave me this little spark to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Build myself
So you
back
didn't
up
think
again.
about giving up. You don't want to go back to the 9-to-5 job.
You go work for someone, you clock on, you clock off, you make your money, you get your 100,000, 120,000 a year.
Yeah. So this is a born entrepreneur.
Yeah,
you want to do something. So then you did the online training via Zoom or stream.
Oh, we did everything. So back then, we launched an actual online training platform.
Yeah.
So
that's called PK9 Online now.
Yeah. So altogether we did around 250 videos.
Yeah.
We did try dog training via Zoom.
Yeah.
It was shit.
Yeah.
It was really hard.
So you did a 250 video now.
Correct.
And it's selling it as an online course.
As an online course.
Which platform are you selling the course at?
Yeah, so we went through a few different platforms, but we ended up on LearnDash, which is one that we used. Because obviously back then you had Kajabi, we actually started off on Vimeo, because Vimeo had VOD back then. This is all pretty new technology.
Yeah.
Like not new
This
technology.
is very new to me as well. If someone hasn't tried selling courses online, this is all new.
Yeah. So I started off on Vimeo, which had like VODs, and then I moved across to MemberSpace, and then moved across to LearnDash finally, where it was like our own LMS.
Yeah.
So if people don't know what LMS is, so it's a learning management system.
Learning management system, yes.
Yeah. And so from there it was literally unlimited access to all the videos, and you could come online, ask any questions, would have like weekly live Q&A sessions where you could come on.
So who's your audience? Are they like the pet owners, or are they like trainers themselves?
Pet owners. But it was crazy. Like we started to have international reach. I started seeing people signing up from around the world. I was just like, I'm just some little guy here in Australia.
Unlimited online business.
Yeah, and it was completely different because you have to understand, people talk about passive income. Like we got up to, around about 500 members.
Wow.
And these people were paying, $50 a month.
Yep.
And so this is decent money for just...
$50 a month. What do they get? They get 250 videos.
Yeah.
And then online Q&A weekly.
Yeah, correct. Access to the community group so they can ask questions, share their videos.
Can they like meet up offline?
Back then, but you got to remember we're in COVID.
Yeah.
There is no meeting up.
Did the business went down after COVID finished, or it's keep going?
No. So in terms of what happened, so during this time period, we had the online business, and then coming out of COVID, people just wanted to spend money and be outdoors.
Yeah.
And so many people bought dogs during COVID.
Yeah.
Our business boomed like you'd never seen before.
The training part.
Oh, it went crazy.
Yeah.
We had more demand than supply. So we couldn't keep up with bookings.
Yep.
It was crazy. It was the luxury position that everyone wanted to be in.
And at the time, you're not selling the once-off class, you're selling a program.
We then started selling programs and packages. But I was always a little bit skeptical because I must believe what goes up must come down. Because it was almost like an artificial market was created.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if you remember then, like dogs that you would normally pay $2,000 for.
Yeah.
During COVID, we're selling $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 for, and this was crazy.
People were saving too much money during COVID. Interest rate was low. And then, you know, they spend more.
Is, like I said, we're paying for this now today. But, you know, you had people that would normally work 2 hours a week, couldn't work. Now getting, what was it, $700, $750 a week from a government. It was just crazy.
So they don't have to work.
Yeah, so people had money to spend, dumb money.
So now you have two businesses. You have the online courses, online training selling.
Yeah.
You have the traditional one, the offline training.
Yeah.
So what got you into the one you're very proud of now, like the craftsmanship, the product you handmade?
Yeah, so...
Is that the third business that you started, or which come number 3?
Third one was the consulting business.
Consulting for B2B, like other competitors, or?
No, so people like selling the pet industry, but not direct competitors.
Okay, so like salon, beauty. Or
no, yeah, but
what kind of clients?
So I managed to get a lucky break. There was a very big dog supplement company called Antonol.
Dog supplement
company called Antonol.
Wow.
And
like make the dog strong, or?
No, it's like
healthy or
greenwood
nutrition?
Muscle and krill extract.
Yeah.
So very good for joint health, inflammation.
I couldn't believe it. There's a market for it.
Dude, we're talking the money.
Wow.
The money in this.
The dog is eating better than some people.
Yeah. You know, we're talking like conservative figures, $500,000 a month turnover on dog supplement. Like,
wow.
And this is one brand selling one product.
Wow.
So.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. And so I was very lucky that they actually sponsored my dogs. And I formed a relationship or a friendship with them.
So how do they know you?
So I had a question about the products.
Yeah.
And the GM contacted me, said, you know, it's amazing what you're doing. My boss also has a German Shepherd and would love for you to train his dog.
Wow. So what question you asked on his forum, or
no, I just asked questions about the products.
Yeah.
And so luckily they flew me up to Queensland.
Yeah.
So I could train the boss's dogs up in Queensland. And I formed a relationship, a friendship. So what happened from there was, in the background with my own businesses, I'm learning, because I guess I got... am I allowed to swear on this podcast?
You can.
I can speak for it.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, sorry.
I got fucked over by a lot of digital marketing agencies.
Yeah.
You pay them a lot of money. Huh?
So am I.
Yeah, everyone's been there.
They can't even promise the wall.
They oversell, under-deliver, and they just...
Yeah.
They screw you over. For
so
me,
easy $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 package.
Oh,
yeah.
And then some. So you get screwed over enough, and you're like, stuff it. I need to learn this stuff myself. And so, because obviously, when I've got this many staff coming in, we need leads coming in reliably. We need advertising done. So I learned all this system myself.
This is like real life MBA. You don't have an MBA degree, you don't have a commerce university degree, but you practicing this every day. You lose money, you give it a try, and you learn, you adjust. You keep going.
Doing an MBA is bullshit though. Let's say you go do a marketing degree, and you learn about it, and then next month Facebook changes the algorithm.
Yes.
What you learn, doesn't mean anything.
So you come to realize that you need to learn the marketing yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or at least have a very good understanding of it. Because I'm now of a belief in business for the most part, especially with small business. Because obviously I'm still a very small business in the grand scheme of things, that I don't want to pay someone to do something unless I understand it myself. Yeah. So that way I know if I'm being screwed over or not. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So you're getting a lot of your first business training. You get a lot of clients from Google Ads.
Google Ads, Meta, SEO,
and then
referral.
Your second online training business.
This was all ads.
All ads.
You know, you got to understand, we've got international reach at this stage. We're running ads internationally.
And then your third business, which is the consultancy business.
So what happened there was, so I formed a friendship with these people, and I was just looking at their advertising. I was just like, what are you doing about this? What are you doing? Like, Chris, I don't know this stuff. Do you want to do it for us? I'm like, I would love to. Yeah. You know, and this was, for me, the ultimate. So I was living in Melbourne for 3 weeks, and I was in the Gold Coast for 1 week.
So you see they do the marketing, but in the wrong way.
In a very good way, because they did amazing organic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They managed to get incredible results without a huge amount of marketing spend. So luckily I started to learn with them. That's why I started to do the digital consulting side of it.
So they are your first consultancy client. They're willing to pay you to come in to improve part of the business.
Correct.
Yeah. And what's the second client coming from this?
Second client from there came from, let me just think now. I had a few small ones, you know, like little consulting jobs here and there.
But I imagine you already have a big database. You're already well known at the time, you know, you already achieved.
For consulting?
Like before consulting.
I've never ever in my life tried promoting my marketing business because I don't want to, for me, that's not my core passion or belief.
Yeah.
I do it for people I want to help and I have a relationship with, but I would never try to acquire customers for it. Yeah. Actively, you know.
You are a businessman with value. Exactly. You don't want to do things just for the money. You want to follow your passion.
And I want to help. Like, let's say you sat down and said, Chris, can we look at my marketing and what do you think? Yeah. If I think I can help you, I'd say, look, this is what I think. Yeah. If you want to do it, cool. If not, I still want to help you. I will give you my best efforts to try to teach you what I think you should be doing. So, of course, money is a byproduct of this.
What's more important before that is what's your passion, how you can help others, and the money will come.
And I think for the most part is, for me, I don't like doing the work. So I like the results that marketing and advertising gets you. Yeah. But also as well, like when it comes to that side of business, I don't like seeing people being fucked over. Like I said, you look at so many people that they've lost a lot of money from advertising agencies promising the world.
Clients,
And so if I can help someone that I know, save them from this.
So you have multiple skills. Your business actually sounds very beautiful business model because you have multiple income stream, very diversified product and services. You have service and you have products.
And we try to create a flywheel, but we get to this. You know, so service, online, product. So have a flywheel going here. And then what started happening was with the equipment, the e-com business.
So yes, why you started now? You know,
so
you're sick of people, sick of managing people.
There's lots of parts to this. Many different reasons. So first and foremost, I guess just as let's go back to hobby again. Especially because we're still in and out of lockdown. You remember, we were good, but it was still.
Victoria had the longest worldwide, longest lockdown.
It was touch and go. Sometimes good, sometimes not good. And I bought a DIY kit for making a dog collar.
Wow. Online.
Just bought a DIY kit. And then I started to make more things. I'm like, I want to make
again, starting from your hobby.
No different to dog training.
Jobbing.
So I started off like this,
So like you made it for yourself, you made it for your friends.
And then you make more. And obviously with a training business, I already have a client database. I already have people that need products. So I then started testing the markets and selling products to them. And I then started to have a, how can I explain? I then started experimenting more. So in my own Facebook group, I would make all these different products and I'll put them up for auction. So I can start to see, you know, what does the market want? What does the market...
Test that with your own existing client database. And I believe they're all loyal clients. They appreciate your service. They recognize your personal branding as well.
And then from there, you have to understand on the back end as well, there was the nail on the coffin, I can say, why I made the switch to this is what I'm doing. So we have had a very large training business, and we were acquiring on average 20 new customers per week.
Is it from Facebook group?
Everywhere.
It's when I knew you, I tried your service before, and when I walk into your workshop, I already have the trust. I'll just buy anything I like. I wouldn't compare.
No. It's there. But what happened was, so at this stage, I'm referring people onto, if you need this lead, you need this collar, you know, go to this place and buy it from here, buy it from here. And I then realized whenever I'd go to these businesses and say, hey, I need to get this for myself, they would never look after me. I'm just like,
is that because they are staff or they don't care about it? Or they are business owners?
Business owners. But then I never received thank you. And for me, the money is one part, but just acknowledgement.
Yeah.
So you have to understand, I grew my business initially, a lot of it, as well on referrals.
Yeah.
Like let's say if a pet store referred me on,
Yeah.
I'd go there, I'd drive, I'd give the girls a box of chocolates.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Like I really appreciate you referring me on. And all these people, I said, no, I'm not looking after you. I'm just like, all right, fuck you. I will do it myself. You know what I mean? You can lose because some of these, they would have been getting, $50,000 to $100,000 a year of income coming from my client base.
I have to say, in all different industries, there are people who are good at their job, but they're not very good at customer service.
Yeah.
Even the doctors.
Yeah.
They're probably very professional doctors,
but
they make their patient feel so sad.
They're not good at client relationships. Like, they don't have that business acumen.
I used to have a doctor yelling at me over the phone. It's like, thank you.
That's good. But like I said, for me, no different for yourself. Like, let's say someone's sending you business. I'm pretty confident you will call them up personally, or you will say thank you. At least you will acknowledge it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they came to you needing something, you would look after them. For me, this is just the way the world should work.
So now you already have 4 businesses. You have the dog training, online courses, consultancy, and your PK9 product.
Yes, correct. PK9 Gear.
Yes, and this is celebrity clients as well. The hotel, if you don't mind, introduce. Like how did you get this client? This is big branding.
All right, so I think we have to go back step in a little bit as well with a business. So with PK9 Gear, what I'm really proud about and how we started, because so if you look at so many pet stores here, or even online retailers in Australia, there's no one in Australia that's really manufacturing products here and proud of the work that we're doing.
So you are the Gucci in this field. You handmade them.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I'm like, we need to change this up. We need to show what can actually be done in Australia, that we can make amazing quality products right here in Australia.
Australia market is actually have a very high standard for all the products. Not just the the online gears for pets.
But the thing is, let's say if you go to Pet Barn, you go to Pet Stock, you won't see any Australian made products in there. Simply due to the fact they don't have enough margin on it. Because
they have to go by volume.
They want a 4x or a 5x. They want to buy something for $2. Sell it for 10. The problem is if you buy something made in Australia, it's expensive. You don't have this margin. It's a different market. It's a luxury product market line. Essentially, But for me, all the products we make and sell are things that I personally use as a dog trainer every single day. Everything on my website, everything we make is stuff I would personally use. That's a big point of difference for us as well. We don't sell shit just for the sake of making money. If we sell a product, it has actual value, benefit on there. Do you have any competitors for the luxury gears? Is it from Australia or from Europe or from any other? Look, overseas, especially in Europe, there is some incredible leather workers, some incredible makers. In Australia, there's a few, but not at the same skill level. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I want to learn about something, I get a little bit crazy. I become very obsessive, and all I do is focus on this. So this will go. So you have some talent. You self-taught yourself, basically. With the market in Australia, there's so many people that sell the same products, but there was no one doing great leather work for dogs. It is a niche market. It is niche. And we're then going into the park hire. So what happened was my friends, the same one I spoke about, Tarek, who used to do my commission-only sales. He sent me this video of the dog at Park Hyatt. I'm not sure if you've ever seen Mr. Walker. No. And so there was this amazing dog, Mr. Walker, and he was like the resident dog there. And he would greet guests and all these types of things. And as soon as I saw this dog of a Park Hyatt, I'm like, I must make him a collar. Wow. And so I guesstimated. So I made a custom collar for the dog, engraved it, and I've just rocked up there. And I'm just like, hello. And they're like, who are you? I'm like, my name's Chris. I've just got a gift pack for the dog. So you haven't seen him in person. You just see it online. I literally, I made it. And I just rocked there. I'm like, hello. You just like naturally from your heart, you just want to have a gift. I see this dog. I'm like, I want this dog wearing. Not like purposely. I want to promote my product. I want him to wear it. A little bit to it. I saw the dog and he was so soulful. I'm like, this dog just looks so amazing, so beautiful. But then I was just like, I knew as well, like, hey, this dog is in a luxury hotel. If he's wearing my collar, people will see this. People will start to know brands.
Your product at the time is already skillful enough, and then you made it yourself. You're sort of an expert already.
Yeah, and so I did that. And then, unfortunately, of course, such is life, Mr. Walker retired. But the hotel, I'm sure you're aware, recently.
They have a new Mr. Walker.
Yeah, they obviously changed hands, all this type of stuff. They had a new GM come in with a new dog, Charlie. And so, luckily, I was managed to get some contacts with emails. And so, I'm now emailing the new GM. I want to make a collar for your dog. I want to make a collar for your dog. So, eventually, he sent me an email, said, look, come in, have coffee, we'll meet. So, I got the dogs next, and I made a beautiful collar for Charlie. Very, very nice. And at the time, the guy turned around and he goes, look, I want to show you something, Oliver. I'm like, oh, look, he goes, this will be your display. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like,
so maybe some customer walking, they say, I like this. Where do I buy it?
Yeah, he goes, I want to showcase your products here. So there you got for display next to Ralph Lauren. They're like, this one here will be yours. I'm like, I had tears in my eyes. I wasn't, it was one of the nicest things someone's done for me. I wasn't.
From the streets to the suites, PK9 Gear is built to perform anywhere. When you invest in PK9, you're not buying another lead or toy. You're choosing gear made to perform, made to endure, and made right here in Australia. That's why you'll find it showcased at the Park Hyatt, because quality speaks for itself.
It's a big brand and quality recognition.
Yeah, because I'm like, how much do I pay you? How do I sort this out? It's like, no, like, we really appreciate and respect the work that you're doing.
Wow.
We want to look at
how will get paid off and recognized.
Yeah.
Your branding now increased from, a random product online to being, same brand as Park High.
Yeah. So what we've done now is, we've got our core range that you can buy online, PK9 Gear, But we've also got PK9 Prestige, which is an exclusive range that we've done for Park High.
I almost can't think of the Porsche Prestige.
So
upper class.
So, we have dog collars with 24 karat gold plated hardware, Swarovski crystals.
Wow.
Yeah, very attention to detail.
And
we're talking about like dog collars and leads that are selling for over $1,000 each. So this is
the luxury market again.
This is the
not in pet palm. Not in pet palm.
No, this is the Maybach of dog products.
So Chris, it seems like you have installed this philosophy and a value in your branding. So what kind of philosophy would you say when your clients purchase your product, what you want them to think about?
Yeah, this is good. So for me, like I said, every single product we sell are things that I would personally use. I would never sell something that I wouldn't use. And so for me, how can I explain as well? I take it very seriously. For me, it is an honor or a privilege to be able to provide products to people and their dogs. Because end of the day, ultimately, I do this as well because I want dog owners and dogs to have the best experience possible. So when someone's using one of my toys or a lead, I want them to think this is the best lead or toy that I've ever used.
So you want to be the top in this pet gear market as well, luxury, good quality.
Look, egotistically, of course, I would say, yes, you want to be number one. But for me, really, it circles back to, I want dogs and owners to have the best experience possible. You know what I mean? Like, I want my brand to actually mean something. So when people say PK9, like they know it's something that you can trust, it's reliable. And
what does PK9 stands for?
Yeah, so PK9 stands for positive canine.
So for the people who don't know, like how this toy can train your dogs?
Look, so it's not about how this toy can train your dog, but it's about the unique story and it being truly Australian. Because whoever thought of turning a byproduct, a ball sack, into a dog toy? It's a natural product. And then dogs go crazy for natural products. But then B, it's very strong. So the dogs can bite it and it's very hard for them to tear it up.
So this is this investor is also your client that came to you for dog training?
This is where I meet, maybe we could touch on this as well. So we circle all the way back. So training dogs as a living, going to people's houses, you build trust and relationships with people very quickly. So yeah, so this client, a very good client of mine. I love his dog. His dog's like my own dog, like family. And yeah, he saw some potential in me and said, Chris, if you ever need help with anything, let me know. And so I said, look, I've got this idea. Obviously, getting a patent is expensive, going through all the legals.
Yeah.
He goes, don't worry about the money, whatever you need.
Does he already own the kangaroo meats business or?
No.
So he just like naturally want to invest in you?
Yes, and wanted to invest in me. The product is a little bit irrelevant. He wanted to invest.
He believed in you that you make the right choice.
And I remember back a good couple of years ago, he says, Chris, I want to invest in you. Put together a business plan of where you think you need funding, where you need money. And I looked at this. I never done a proper business plan or a proposal before. And so I spent many weeks, hours preparing this, doing the documentation, my figures, forecasts, market research, projections. And I took it to him and he just laughed at me. I'm just like, the fuck, man? Like, you asked me to do this. I've busted my ass for the last couple of weeks. This is what I want. You said you'll help me.
Did he ever read through it?
Yeah, he read through it and he just laughed.
He
goes, ha 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 ha. He goes, it's funny. He goes, right now I do this. I take a lot of your business. I give you a little bit of money. I want you to grow. And then later you come to me and I give you a lot of money for a little bit of your business. I'm like, you arsehole. You know what I mean? I want for money now. I want to grow. And I look back at it in hindsight. If I had that money then, I would have fucked it up. I would have blown it because I didn't have enough lessons in business myself.
So he didn't invest initially?
No.
So did he say go and test the market and then come back?
No, he said go grow your business and then come back to me. And I was offended. I was like, man, why did you waste my time?
But I think that's fair because if you invest in uncertainty, take a big portion of your business, but the product is not mature yet. And I didn't understand. I was like, why is he doing this to me? You know what I mean? He's wasted my time. And as you grow, you develop a little bit. And so now, like I said, when I needed a product, I needed investment for the patent. So it's like Shark Tank, pitching an investor.
Shark Tank actually approached me. They came to me and asked me to go onto Shark Tank.
But why didn't you go?
For anyone watching at home, I look at the camera now. Shark Tank is all bullshit. It is all staged.
So they don't really invest for most.
No, they do, but it's bullshit.
So at what point this investor choose to invest in your product again? It's the same product.
No, different product.
Different products.
Because when initially you said, Chris, where do you need investment? I said, I came together with this business proposal. At the time, PK9 Gear wasn't really big yet, but I had this grand thing, if you give me X amount of money, I'll bring in this stuff, I'll do this, I'll do that. And luckily he didn't invest because it would have been really dumb. It would have gone south. But I think he knew that. So he taught me a very important...
you were angry, but you still keep a good relationship with him. He's like a good business mentor as well.
Yeah, he's a very good mentor. And he's one of those people, unfortunately, he's very busy. I don't get to see him much, but whenever I do get to see him, if he talks, I shut up and listen. Because he was telling me, like with my dog toys, so we have one of our dog toys we sell for... at the time we launched $250.
Wow.
And I thought no one would ever buy this dog toy.
This is not cheap.
Yeah, because the current market rate was $80. He said to me, Chris, you must make your dog toy like Rolex. I'm like, what do you mean making a dog toy like a Rolex? You know what I mean? But I understood because at this age I managed to buy my first Rolex as well. And I still remember going and telling him, look, I finally got the watch. I got the watch. He's like, congratulations.
Your time is more expensive now.
I've got a funny story about this as well. He said, you must make a dog toy Rolex. I'm just like, what do you mean? This doesn't make any sense. How can you make a dog toy a Rolex? He goes, Chris, you can buy a Tudor today. You can go buy the Tudor straight away from a dealership, no wait list. Reason why people want Rolex is because it's out of touch for most people. You must make a relationship, you know what I mean? And if they decide to sell one to you, then you feel privileged, you feel honored. If you make a dog toy that is so much more expensive than everything else, people will now want this because you create this luxury. So no different to how Louis Vuitton, whenever you see Louis Vuitton and stuff like that,
it's the exclusivity.
But the main products they sell are the $500, $600, $700 wallets.
Yeah.
You will never see them advertise this product. They always advertise
the most expensive
most expensive part, which is out of reach for 99.9% of people.
That's the philosophy of luxury product marketing.
Yeah.
Same as all the other Gucci brand.
Exactly. All these luxury brands, Hermes, they all talk about the Birkin.
Yeah.
How many people can buy a Birkin?
You walk in, buy the affordable product.
I buy $200. I have Louis Vuitton. Great,
you want to have the connection with the brand.
Yeah, it's like no different to me. I've got a Louis Vuitton shoe. It's like I bought Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
The end of the day,
like Louis Vuitton chopsticks.
whatever it might be. You know what I mean? So by creating a product like this, made something. I was like, I never thought I could actually do this type of pricing.
It sounds like something I want to buy now.
You do. We call it. I said if Maybach was to ever make a dog toy, this would be it.
Yeah. Like a little treatment to the dog.
To the owner.
Yeah, to the owner as well.
To the owner.
Yeah.
This is about the owner experience, less about the dog experience.
You emphasize experience quite a lot because you love your pets. You love other people's pets.
Yeah.
And then you want to create this amazing experience for others.
Yeah. Like I said, like when people use my products, I want them to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
It's like no different. You go to a luxury hotel or something like that. They want for clients, for guests to feel a certain way, so they remember how they felt when they were staying there.
Yeah.
So I want people when they use my products to remember how it made them feel.
Yeah.
This part for me is really important.
So how's this product going now?
The Maybach, it's going well.
Yeah.
It's going well. And then we can circle back into the kangaroo ball sacks for scrotum, for paving. And so my investor was like, Chris, you will have 3 prices. You'll have $80, you'll have $120, and the big one is triple the price. I was like, man, you're crazy. No one's going to pay this amount of money for a ball sack, for a scrotum.
Yeah, you're making the whole Australia kangaroos in their balls.
It's like, you must do it. I'm like, you're crazy, but okay, you've invested, I must listen to you.
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah.
We can't, right now, our large kangaroo scrotums are sold out.
How many do you sell per week?
Large is not that many because as soon as they come in, they're gone.
Yeah.
And supply is very limited.
Wow.
To get a kangaroo scrotum that's big enough for me to say this is the
big size,
the premium. The premium. I always say, our small ones, we have the Asian size, then we have the African size.
Wow.
This is the large ones.
I'm going to pull out my to prove he's wrong.
So, and then, the medium is the Caucasian, Europeans.
Oh, wow. So how many you sell? Like all these
so we
per
probably
week now?
sell about 100 a week.
100 a week?
Yeah.
So is your strategy using the key products to scale the business rather than relying on labor? Because training itself is very labor intensive.
Yeah. Look, so we'll look at that. We'll talk about why I'm going this direction as well. Yeah. So the problem is labor business is always fee for service.
Yeah.
And the problem is if I can't work, I'm screwed. And the trickiest part with dog training is people want the big low one. They want me.
Yeah.
They don't want the staff or anything like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the brand was built around me and you start to have a reputation.
Yes.
So some people, of course, will work with the staff, but ultimately they always want me. And then what happened with the training business was I had to scale back my own marketing because everyone would see me on Instagram, TikTok, and they only wanted to work with me.
Yes.
They didn't want to work with
even they're willing to pay the fee, but you don't have enough time.
I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
And so that's where the problem is. Like now it's like, well, if you want to work with me, this is $500 a week for me to train your dog, which I think is a crazy amount of money. But I'm really sorry, my time is so poor. I have so little time that the only way for me to make it viable to train your dog is to charge this amount of money.
Yeah.
And with e-com, obviously, you don't have this issue.
Yeah.
You can scale and you can service internationally. Could you imagine trying to train dogs internationally? Me as one person.
Yes.
Traveling to America.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
Yeah. So do you see your e-commerce revenue coming in to replace all your other?
It's far exceeded.
Yeah.
Far exceeded all the other businesses.
But you still keep training the dogs as part of your hobby, keep a relationship.
Look, so at the end of the day, there's a couple of parts of a dog training business, I love training dogs. So at my heart, I just like doing things with dogs. Yeah.
And that's probably where you learn and test the product.
Yeah, test the
You
products.
know the end user. Wow.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, for the most part as well, I love the relationships I form with dog training. Like some of my best friends I've met training dogs. They were a client and we've now become lifelong friends.
Yeah. Every time I think about dog training, I think about you as well.
Yeah. And so that's why for me, part of me is like, I never want to stop. Even if I only do a couple of sessions a week, I still want to keep.
Yeah. So this is like keep your hands on the tools. You have to, interact with the end user, which is the pet, and also the owner.
Yeah, exactly. But the e-com business, it's growing steadily month on month. Like I said, we've got international reach. Like right now, we just had a big order for a customer in Puerto Rico. And ironically, the customer in Puerto Rico, guess what product he wanted?
Yeah.
The nutsacks, the scrotums. So we've done the kangaroo scrotums with his branding on there.
So the purpose, it looks like your business is keep growing and growing.
Yeah.
So what's the purpose of your life now? Someone drop out from high school.
Yeah.
And then you financially success. Your brand is there.
I'm not financially successful.
How to make your business is certainly growing and you hitting the numbers.
Yeah.
So take a step back from the finance. How do you see your business and with your passion can turn yourself into financial success? Or what's the purpose of your business?
Purpose of my business,
if
we look at it from a short part, is to make dogs and dog owners' lives better.
Yeah.
That is the core purpose and fundamental there.
But is there the numbers in your mind saying I want to hit 10 million sale, I want to hit a certain number?
Look, I guess we always have short-term goals. For business, you must have a strategy of where you want to hit and how you want to hit it, but for me, I ultimately want to become the biggest. There's still ego here. It's like when I started my dog training business, I wanted to become the biggest in Melbourne.
You already were in Melbourne.
I did that. Done. Next.
And now you don't want it.
Been there, done that. And the problem is you become the biggest, and do you know what?
Biggest problem as well.
Like, do you know who Biggie Smalls is? You don't know Notorious B.I.G.? You're not into rap music?
No.
Tupac?
Yeah.
You know who Tupac is?
No.
Come man.
I'm gonna look it up.
Man, how can you not know who Tupac and Biggie is? So Biggie Smalls said, more money, more problems.
Yes.
So the bigger you grow, more problems you have.
But you learned that in the same industry, now seems like e-commerce is your focus. And you have less staff issue and you can scale easier.
Yes, easier. But I wouldn't even say e-commerce is e-commerce, I think, is a vehicle on how to drive a product and have it international. So for me, ideally, like I'd love to see my products in every single pet store across Australia. And for people to know, resonate with a brand, PK9, meaning quality and a good experience for the dog, something they can trust. There's no ifs or buts, they can trust this product.
So still your focus is the customer experience, the product quality. You don't worry about the money, money is a byproduct. But once you hit that goal, it will eventually come.
Like to be honest with you right now, I don't care about money. I need money to live and survive. But for me, I'd much prefer legacy. For me, is far more important. How you make people feel. So, because I believe if you do the right thing, money will come. Because to be honest with you, right now, I'm broke in the sense of every single dollar that comes in, this goes back into the business.
You reinvest.
I reinvest. Like,
what do you reinvest in? Like upgraded gears,
upgraded products, more materials,
more research,
more research, testing this, testing that.
There's a real passion in it.
Like for me, for the most part, like whenever I have free time, all I want to do is make something, experiment with something, try something out. And you have to understand, when you start going to this scale that I'm at, you're not just buying 1 or 2 buckles. You have to buy 1,000 buckles, 2,000 buckles. And you have to understand, let's say each buckle's a couple of dollars. You now got to sit on that stock. You have something coming in, you have to import some materials. You have to pay for that up front. That's sitting on a boat. So
that's amazing. Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
I wish all the business owners are like you. You know, they really drive the real passion, and they want to grow the brand legacy rather than money is important to keep the business alive.
Yeah.
Rather than I want to be a billionaire, but they don't talk about the product and services.
I think the problem is a lot of people, they want money for greed and possession, not to live a better life and help the people around them live a better life.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks so
you,
much
Chris.
for having me.
Thanks. Thank you, Chris. Lovely audience. If you want to hear more success entrepreneur story, let me know what kind of story and industry you want to know. I'll also share Chris' contact and his product in the comments and description.